Welcome back. You're watching Friday's edition of Bazaar Morning Call. Yesterday, markets closed absolutely flat on the benchmark indices. But this morning, given the slide that we had on Wall Street overnight, the GIFT Nifty is suggesting a cut, a deep cut of 150 points as we begin trade with. And mid-caps and small caps back home have anyway been underperforming. But let's drill it down to individual stocks. Research team is standing by with our top stock list of the day. Nigel, first up, Coal India, some price hike.
Well, Coal India, in closing bell, we had mentioned there's a possibility that the street is sniffing that there could be a price hike that's on the cards, and that's why if you saw at around 12 to around 1, the street has been sniffing this for the last few sessions. You did see a big spike up out there. In post-market hours, we have this news that's come about that 300 rupees per ton of levy has been, uniformly implied across the NCL, subsidiary of them. So because of that, this will take effect from May 1st, and the total quantum of revenue, additional revenue, will be around 3,880 crores approximately. Just NCL as a percentage of the total dispatch mix is close to around 18% on an average. Even year to date, it's been around that mark. Now, most of the brokerages, they're quite positive on this because some of this money will be used for rehabilitation of the village area, and the mining areas out there. But that was already in price. So Capex was already in the price. Now, this will be additional revenue that will flow through. And most of them believe that the revenues that they will be getting, most of it will flow through the profitability. So Nuvama, they have quantified that. They are saying that it will up their EBITDA estimates by close to around 9 to around 10%. They're giving it a multiple of around 5 times EV per EBITDA. And that's why they're getting a share value of close to around 34 rupees per share. They have a current fair value of around 419 rupees. So it's a positive. The additional charge will result in additional revenue, which most of it will flow down to the EBITDA factor. So that's why I expect the stock to open up well in the green. But Crompton had an analyst meet. Upasana joins us to help us out with the key takeaways. Morning, Upasana.
Good morning. So Crompton in its analyst meet has indicated that company is well on track on its Crompton 2.0 strategy, which mainly focuses on industry-wide PAT growth, arresting the decline in the lighting market, and also turnaround of Butterfly. Now, company has indicated that the summer season has boded well and has started on a good note for the company, and the company is getting a good push from the newly launched products. Now, in the fan category, company has launched 2 cutting-edge platforms, that is Nucleus and X-Tech, aimed at driving energy efficiency and smart technology integration. Now, company has indicated that it aims to solidify its position as a leader by increasing the share of premium fans from current 25% to 40% in the next 3 to 4 years. Company is also focusing on solar pump market, generating a cumulative revenue of nearly about 200 crores is what they have indicated. And lastly, company said on Butterfly Gandhimati that the rejig has been completed and company aims to achieve mid-teen kind of growth in this category. So overall, a positive comments from the management, hence I expect the stock to open in green today.
All right, thank you very much for that. Well, Vinny is now standing by. Interglobe Aviation and Granules India are stocks we want to focus on. Vinny, good morning.
Good morning. So yes, Interglobe Aviation, that's in focus. We do have the air traffic data that came in last evening. Interglobe Aviation continues to sustain in terms of the market share. And now the market share has grown versus December 2024. 64.4% was in December 2024. Now it's come up to 65.2%. So some bit of an increase in the month of Jan in terms of air traffic data and market share for Interglobe Aviation. Other than that, who's lost share also is something SpiceJet as well as in terms of Air India, they seem to have lost some bit of a share in the overall performance in January 2024. On-time performance, most of the flights fared below that 80% mark. Interglobe Aviation was still the best among that, 75.5% in the month of January. Keep an eye out on Interglobe Aviation. Market share continues to be about the 60% mark, the leader in the Indian airline space, so keeping out for that one. Other than that, Granules India, we have some bit of a negative news that has come in. We know that the Gagillapur facility that was inspected in August, and then they got an OAI, that's official action indicated in December, with observations that came in the Form 483 as well, which were severe observations. Now, furthermore, yesterday an update came in that they have received a warning letter. There's no escalation furthermore, but a warning letter that has come in. Warning letter means and indicates that, the imports that are there for new products, that will not happen. Any clearance for new products will not happen from this facility. The old products will continue still be manufactured and marketed in this facility. So keep an eye out on Granules. We're expecting red here. This is an important facility and that continues to be under the US FDA's radar right now. So that is one we're watching out for.
Thank you very much for that. And now it's over to Vivek for Transrail Lighting and Tata Power.
Well, that's right. Both stocks in the news on the back of order wins that have come in. Transrail Lighting, the company yesterday announced that it had received orders of a little over 2,750 crore, and this particular orders mainly have come in from the T&D, the transmission and distribution segment. YTD order inflows for the companies have now crossed 7,400 crores, indicating that over FY24 they've actually seen an order inflow growth of close to 90%. Remember, at the end of Q3, the order book stood at close to 11,500 crores. So some positive news flow as far as Transrail is concerned, boosting the order book. Now, coming to Tata Power, very interesting development. The company's subsidiary TP Solar has received a 632 crore order. This is a contract from SECI, which is the Solar Energy Corporation of India. Now, the company is going to go ahead and supply 292.5 megawatt peak DCR solar modules. This particular contract is for a project and for a specific site in Andhra Pradesh. Some positive news. So interesting that Tata Power has actually participated in a SECI tender, and almost 630 crore order, boosting their order book as far as that particular EP solar business is concerned.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot for that, Vivek. Well, let's wind this down with Sudarshan, who's here to tell us about some more stocks and news. Morning, Sudarshan.
Morning, Nigel. So I'll start with Schaeffler India. It has reported Q4 earnings growth. It has reported double-digit revenue growth for third straight quarter, and led by automotive tech business. Revenue was up 12%, even margin was steady around 18%. Next is RVNL. Company has bagged rupees 136 crore order from Central Railway, and it is for the Bhusawal and Khandwa section. And this order is going to be executed in next 2 years. GE Power, it has bagged second order in the week, and new order is of rupees 274 crore bagged from Greenco, and this is going to be executed by November of 2027. Last one is Premium Energies, because shareholder lock-in period ends today, and 10.6 crore shares, or say 23% of total outstanding shares, will be eligible to trade today. Remember, the stock was listed in September 2024, and it was one of the strongest listings of 2024, and stock had gone on to hit record high of nearly 1,400 per share, and from that level, it's now down nearly 33%. So keep an eye on these stocks.
Thank you very much for that. Let's do a quick recap then of the top stocks. Stocks with positive news flow are Coal India, Crompton, IndiGo Aviation, Tata Power, Transrail, Schaeffler India, RVNL, GE Power. Stocks with negative news flow are Granules India and Premier Energies. Moving on to the other important news, the MSCI India Index rejig comes into effect today, post-market close. Vivek is here to tell us more. Vivek.
Well, that's right. So the MSCI India changes will come into effect from the next trading session, and the changes will actually happen, or the flows will happen, in the last hour of the session today. Remember, this particular development was announced on 12th of Feb, and this is a net inflow event as far as Indian equities are concerned. IIFL Capital, the alternative desk, expects close to $1.4 billion of inflows today on the back of this particular MSCI rejig. So it will be important to see the FII data later on today, whether it comes in as a positive number on the back of the MSCI rejig. What are the key stocks to watch out for? The MSCI Global Standard Index. Hyundai India makes inclusion as a recent listing. On the other hand, Adani Green Energy will be exiting the particular index. Along with that, on the back of IndusInd Bank having increased FPI headroom, that particular stock sees a weight increase and a weight up, where flows of close to $258 million are anticipated. Along with that, 19 additions from the MSCI India Small Cap Index will also happen in the session today. India's weight in the MSCI EM Index after the November review actually drops down to 19%. At the end of the November review, it was 19.8%. This is due to India's underperformance from November to February.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Vivek. Manisha is now joining in for a quick roundup of all the action from the commodity space. Manisha, good morning.
Morning, and thank you for that, Prashant. Well, I'll start with the crude oil prices, which is headed for a first monthly decline in 3 months. We've seen prices gain up by 2% overnight. But that is where this ends, because when you look at a month-on-month, YTD, Y-on-Y in sense of crude oil prices, we are slightly in the negative there. Well, the global economic growth slowdown concerns are there, and the U.S. tariffs on Mexico and Canada to take effect from 4th of March is something that's bothering not just the crude oil prices, but the metals as well. So most of the ferrous metals, non-ferrous metals, even the precious metals have gone in for profit taking. Gold is trading at a 2-week low. Silver prices fell 2% overnight. Sugar prices fell 3% globally overnight. We've seen rubber prices come off their 1-month highs as well. So many of these commodities also taking impact from strength in US dollar index have started Asia on a weaker note.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot for that, Manisha. For the time being, though, we slip into a short break. Up next, we'll join by Siddharth Khemka of Motilal Oswal Financial Services for some fundamental stock analysis. Stay with us.